It is live from the GOP convention in Tampa, Florida. I'm here with former Governor John Engler. Interesting, yesterday had a tribute to former President Ford. You were one of the speakers along with Governor Snyder, along with Peter Secchia, who, by the way, is incredibly entertaining. And what did you think of all that? I thought it was a great event.
Well, I think anytime you can pause and reflect upon the remarkable career of Gerald Ford, you're doing a good thing. And I pointed out next year is the commemoration of his birth, his centennial birth. So 100 years is a good time to look back. His passing really reminds us, though, of just what a remarkable career. This man never sought the presidency, but yet performed extraordinarily well once he was thrust into that role. So, and he's also, I think the point I made yesterday that is relevant to Governor Romney and the Romney-Ryan ticket is that Gerald Ford was a man who always put country first. I mean, he literally probably gave up a chance to be reelected by pardoning Richard Nixon, but he knew he had to do that because there were so many other urgent matters in front of the country, and he wanted to end, as he said, the long national nightmare. But when you look at Romney and Ryan, I think they're the kind of people who put country first, and they know we've got a crisis in America. We need to have more jobs. We need to have more economic growth. We need to get the country positive again. They're absolutely, totally optimistic people.
Let me ask you, you're three-term governor of the state of Michigan. You've now watched the first half of what would maybe be the an 8-year term for Governor Snyder. I'll put you on the spot. How would you grade the first couple of years of that?
Well, I'm not going to grade him, but I'm going to tell you what people tell me. And again, I'm not in Michigan all the time, but every time I come into Michigan, people tell me what a good job he's doing and how boldly he's stepping up to some of these big challenges, which in the last decade got a lot worse. Problems just let go, don't get better, and very often don't heal themselves. And in the case of Michigan, you've got a very large number of very sick local units of government, school districts where budgets are out of balance, where the fiscal management hasn't been there in the past. You've actually seen, in some cases down in Detroit and Wayne County, actual corruption being uncovered and people going to jail. Now, Governor Snyder didn't do all that, but he understands the damage that can do, and he's very aggressive in getting fixes figured out and getting people with integrity to be in charge. And he's operated himself with great integrity, and I think that's a testament to him. And I'm proud of what he's done, and you can see it in a little bit more pep in the step in Michigan.
Absolutely. So you've been to how many of these?
We're trying to think. Actually, I haven't been to recent ones because after I left office, I think part of that is just a transition. It's time for the people who are in office to step up, and Governor Snyder is in charge of the Michigan delegation, doing a great job, and I support him. So I'm working with the Business Roundtable in Washington, D.C. We don't endorse candidates, get involved as an organization. So I'm limited. I can do a few things because I was the governor in Michigan.
Right.
People want me to come back or kind enough to invite me back. But I would say this convention for Michigan people has a lot of excitement because for the first time in anybody's lifetime, they've got somebody born in Michigan who could be president, and they're a little tired of hearing from Ohio, oh, we had 8 presidents born in our state, and we'd like to have 1.
Do you miss the day-to-day political grind? I mean, it's a different job now, but do you miss being governor?
Well, no, I had a wonderful 12 years as governor, and great experience. I enjoyed it every day, and loved the challenge of serving the people of our state. I think we made some good things happen. Left it a lot better than we found it, and as a result, you can't look back. Michelle and I are very happy. Our daughters this year are seniors in high school, so on a personal level, we got all kinds of things keeping us busy. So keeping us up at night, if you will. But probably college applications will keep us up at night. But we're enjoying life, and things are good.
All right. So your job now is much less political than with the organization you're with.
Political in the partisan political sense. It's pretty political, I suppose, in that we work on public policy questions. The nation's CEOs want to see America go back to work. They want the investment climate in the the United States to be the best it is anywhere in the world. They want to grow their company, so we've got a very active agenda that ranges from everything from tax reform to how we handle education and workforce training in the country to the regulatory climate. There's a lot that we worry about. There's a lot that we work on, and we make it our goal to get help from anybody who will help us, regardless of their party, regardless if they're in the House or the Senate or somewhere in the administration. And we would just argue that no matter who's elected to office, the number one thing they ought to be thinking about is jobs and economic growth. We've got to have a better jobs climate in this country, more people working, and all of a sudden everything gets a lot easier to figure out.
You looking forward to any particular event, speech, or anything else this week while you're here?
Well, I certainly do want to hear Governor Romney's speech, because I think that'll be an important kind of summation of what's been said to date and a look ahead as to how he kind of views the presidency. I'm also very much looking forward to Governor Christie's comments tonight.
Think he's nervous?
I don't think so. I don't think he's nervous at all.
What about Paul Ryan? Your thoughts?
Well, Paul's a great guy. I think I got quoted in the Grand Rapids Press when I spoke to the Economic Club back in the spring that I thought Paul Ryan would be the best choice. He was sort of the sentimental choice because he's so smart. He's so focused on the biggest issues facing the country, and that's we've got to get that long-term balance sheet in balance. You can't keep running the charge card. You can't keep piling up the debt without a plan, without a strategy to get out of that debt, because eventually it'll crush you. And nobody wants to see America be like Greece or be like Europe. Nobody wants that kind of threat hanging over our heads. And the United States is too strong, too important to not fix our problems, and we can do that. And like most problems, they're easier to fix. You can fix them sooner rather than later.
So just kind of hanging out and not doing anything is no longer an option?
I don't think so. I suggested that, there's a phrase you hear in Washington about kicking the can down the road, and I said, well, at this point, these cans have become 55-gallon drums. They're getting real hard to kick down the road.
Gotta have a big foot.
Yeah, that's right.
Former Governor John Engler, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
So how long are you here then?
I'm just here. I'm actually going to leave tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, get out here tonight.
Heading back.
Jerry Bader, pleasure.
Hey, Jerry, good to see you.
Excellent.
You guys here to cover the whole week? You got a lot.
Yeah, I've got 2 more days now. We'll do so. Kind of trying to get as many people, delegates, other folks to get in.
Pretty good looking stage. It's cool how they've got it lit and organized. It changes every time.
So I was heading back last night, and it was with one of the lighting guys from the company that lights this thing. They actually had to do a stress test on the ceiling because there's so much stuff hanging there. Yeah, they said it's custom. So they brought the whole thing in, and they'll lift it up. When it's all done, it'll all hydraulically come back down and out the door. But there's so much stuff. Yeah, there's so much stuff.
That's very cool. That's a great story right there.
Yeah.
I've not heard that.
Yeah.
But I mean, just looking at it, I mean, the looks and the images of
they did a great job. They really did. So.
What kind of a company is there? I mean, are they out of Hollywood or where are they from? I mean,
I was with one of the guys who actually is the creative lighting guy, and he says, "Look, don't ask me about the engineering piece of it all. I just want to make it look good." So yeah,
your buddy Pat Boone, his blue suede shoes, and get a reverse mortgage.
I think they call it a mortgage nowadays. So yeah,
that's great though.
Yeah, so
that would be a fun.
So they actually had to do all of that work before all of it started.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty interesting.
I'm always impressed that the arrangement people who put this kind of stuff together and keep up. Michigan's right smack in front too.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right literally in the first row, right?
I had the list.
These look like members of Congress and things like that.
You want to know the Astruna governors?
Yeah, that's right. There's a bunch of them that come too.
Ending with Scott Walker at some point. So he'll be on today too. That should be interesting.
They're not I don't see him putting the names up, which is a little surprising. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
anyway,
Well, thank you very much. This is
You're
my
very
first
welcome.
time here, so I'm just...
well enjoyed. Take
Thank
it
you.
all in.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Lasky had Rebecca Clayfish, but she must have bolted. No big deal.
Did you get... Is it done? Yeah. Did you turn it off?
I didn't turn it off. It is still rolling.